Good morning. Happy Friday. Yes, sir, ninth floor. I like it. Let's do it. Hey, Bob. Happy Friday to you. Good morning, next. Yes, we do have some news coming out at 9:15. Industrial production. So that's in 7 minutes. Might see a volatile candle or two. And we have consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. And that should be a market mover. Hey Cricket, good morning, and thank you. I'm glad you like that new video lesson. Morning, Bill. Caden, what's going on? Yes. Right, you gotta have a green day on Friday. Video lessons on my YouTube channel, Saif. Yeah, video lesson. VHS lesson. We're not even to DVDs yet. Tape 3. I love it. The chat is active this morning. Love it, love it. Tazachi, yes. When I move on to X, I do post in real time. However, I will be doing that starting this coming week. I'll be doing that on my Discord instead of the X platform. Marcus, I've been involved in the markets for many years, trading price action for the last 3. Candlestick got a payout of 5K. Right on, right on. And past 2 evals yesterday and this morning. Sweet, sweet. Zachi, Discord has not launched yet, so I don't have a link yet, but I promise I'll keep you all up to date on that. Saif, is just I posted a video on my YouTube yesterday, so just on my channel. Well, we got the old TP pattern, the old mountain pattern overnight. Move up, reversal, move down, coming down to the overnight low already. And this already has the look of being a choppy range like Friday. Oh yes, it is triple witching day. All right. Fun times. Right, we were at the overnight low already, and that news is coming out right now. Industrial production is up by 0.1%. They were expecting it to be 0%, so we have a major beat, major beat. Hope you heard me being facetious. Nice move down below the overnight low. Morning, Matthew. Possible overshoot of that channel already. Hey, Daryl. On the Nasdaq, it's looking a little better. But we were right at that overnight low, so can't sell anywhere around here. Hard to try to improve. Nasdaq starting to bounce at that overnight low. Well, we will see if we have a reaction here. The bottom of the range. Archer, I haven't seen you around in a while. What's up? What's up? Yes, lest we not forget when Bobby Boucher came in at halftime and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl. Inspiring story, that one. That Bobby Boucher was quite the football player. Better than Joe Montana. Dropping off some more here on the S&P. Wow, what a move. Nasdaq, meanwhile, still just hovered around this overnight low. Some interesting strength here on the Nasdaq. We'll see if it breaks and follows the S&P or if this can kind of lead the charge back into the range structure. I hope it drops, to be honest. That would be some better movement than heading back into the range and chopping around. When it chops around, obviously, you know, that's the kind of pattern it gives you. The next level on the S&P, middle finger chart of Al Brooks. Does Al Brooks actually do that? That'd be really funny. You too safe. Yeah, we might even draw this channel. It wasn't reacting at all to the overshoot. And yeah, let's see where that yesterday's low is. That would be the next level I'd be interested in seeing if it breaks or if it holds. And then the opening price too, because now we were going to have a little gap down. Other level I want to mark is yesterday's high, which was essentially the opening price yesterday. Never went anywhere else. Yeah, so right after open we came up about 2 points and then dropped off. So, not that we'll get up there, but want to have that ready. Nasdaq finally moving down a little bit. Already very close to that low from yesterday. And then the high yesterday as well on the Nasdaq was over here. All right, so we got our levels. Very close to yesterday's low on both indices. Overshoot of the channel on the Nasdaq. And yes, even the steeper channel that we drew now has an overshoot. And already starting to act like an overshoot, we see an impulsive green candle. And we have 3 minutes to market open. I'm gonna predict. Well, no, I'm not even gonna predict anything. I want to know what you guys think. Burst down and back up. I like that. I like that. All right, get ready, guys. You're only going to have a couple minutes to answer this poll, okay? Actually, let's not even talk about the open. Let's talk about where we're going today. I'm trying to figure out how to word this here. Let's keep it simple. Bull trend, bear trend, or range. What do we got, guys? Make your voice heard. $100 points in the past hour. That's crazy. Cast your votes. Cast your votes. We have 1 minute till the market opens. Okay, market is open. Right below yesterday's low here. And no bull trend votes. Wow, no bull trend votes. Poll's gonna close in 2 minutes here. Cast your votes before it's too late. Most people thinking we got a range today. Couple bear trends and no bulls. No bulls in the chat. Getting some more bear trend votes coming in. All right, I'm gonna close the poll before we get too much information from the market, because that's cheating. Range is the popular option here. So we'll see if the chat can be a trade signal, not a fade signal. My vote is range. I also vote range. Well, actually, you know what? I might take that back because it is triple witching day today. And so normally I would say it's a Friday. You know, we have, first of all, this is range-like behavior here. And then bouncing off the low of the day, we have a gap above. I can see us essentially oscillating between those two, maybe even coming up to the high. You know, this is what I think is going to happen. I think it's going to be a range, but I think it's going to be a volatile range with triple witching, something like this. Something crazy like that. I think we're going to bounce between yesterday's high and yesterday's low. Maybe we'll stall out here on the previous day's close for a while. S&P moving up. Nasdaq not so much. Nasdaq not so much. It's hanging out right around here. Still below yesterday's low there. But even the steeper channel that I drew has a break and a new low. If I just carry over the original channel, we got an overshoot. We widen it, it's still viable. So maybe this is our channel. I'm not going to trade it because of this key level here. But the Nasdaq looking quite weak compared to the S&P. And if we continue downwards on ES, we might have this wider trend here. Hard to take a trade off of it though, with it being right next to the low of day, yesterday's low of day. Let's also take a quick look at, well, here's the 10K chart, which definitely looks like we need a retest of this move down. And then on the daily, we are nearing that trend line. So that'll be really interesting. What happens if and when we get down to the EMA on the daily? Is it going to be an instant bounce, or are we finally going to get a break of this channel? Maybe 2 legs of correction. I suspect it will probably be something like this over the next few weeks. Still bullish. Still think we'll get a new all-time high after we correct. Yeah, I do think we were due for a bit of a correction here. And the Russell 2000 super strong compared to the other indices today. It never even really had a move down. It's just been going up. As we're getting going, guys, definitely make sure to like the stream. We got about 40 people in here and only 15 likes. If we can get it up to that's equal amounts, 40 viewers and 40 likes, everyone will get a high five. You can take that to the bank. There we go. Looks like we're getting a retest on that low there. Anthony, cream of the crop, my friend. Appreciate that. Moral of the story, guys, be like Anthony. That's a really good question, Matthew. Might have to experiment with some other EMAs. The problem is that it often does hold, and often you'll get a reversal right on the 21, so I wouldn't want to go too high and then miss out on those shorter reversals. Nice, Archer. Glad you got in that one. Nasdaq also made a new low of that wider channel. Starting to get a mini bounce. Wondering if we will get back above yesterday's low. We definitely need to do that. If we stay below this level, that's when we will look for a bearish trend day. Thank you, TDL. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Yeah, you guys can expect to have those video lessons probably twice a week. I'm gonna try to keep pumping those out. I think I got in a good flow of being able to do that. Starting to get a bit of a range down here on ES. Back on that YouTube grind. That's right, Sage. That's right. My rendition of Squid Games is coming next, so stay tuned. All right, so the Nasdaq is looking like it wants to keep going down. I'm going to start playing around with different channel options here. So it looks like it still wants to go. I mean, maybe we just have that and this is the breaking new low. I don't know, but it has that look about it. Like we might just keep grinding lower. Maybe that. We'll consider that as an option. Over on the 10,000 tick chart on ES, we still need a new low to that move down. It looks like we will probably get it without a setup. What I would really like is if we could kind of sneak our way back up and just chop around, maybe get up to here within a good looking bearish bar. But as I'm saying this, it looks like we're about to get a new low. You know what I used to do, Matthew, that might be a good option is I used to throw the 100 EMA on my chart. The logic being that it's about the 20 EMA for the 10K chart. So it would be essentially this line on this chart. That's something I used to do. Then I just found that I wasn't really looking at it that much, so I took it off. But maybe we'll go back there. Maybe we'll go back there. You know, this new style might need a larger EMA, like you're saying. I like that thought. I'm gonna be playing around with that. Matter of fact, while we're waiting, I'm gonna throw on some EMAs. We're gonna have some EMA soup this morning. And we got the black screen of death. Hold on. Why are we getting that, folks? I do not know. Maybe it's because I'm putting EMAs on the chart. Getting pissed at me. One sec. I'm gonna get the EMA on there and then we can get back to getting on. There we go. So that's the 40. That looks pretty dang good, doesn't it? I'd have to go back and see how it performs. Yeah, if you've never traded a blacked out screen, you're not living. Yeah, see, this is where, like on moves down like this, boom, that comes up and it touched the 20 EMA, but not the 40, boom. Same over here. Touch the 20, but not the 40. So I don't know. It might just bring more confusion to my chart. And then the question is, which one do you trust and when? You know, when would you pick the 20 over the 40? When would you decide to do that? So that's a lot of questions that you'd have to answer. Under what conditions would you take the larger EMA? Under what conditions would you take the smaller one? How can you decide between the two? I don't know. I think for now I'm going to take it off my chart, and that's probably something I'll have to play around in back testing. If it blows through the 20, the next stronghold is the 50. Yeah, I mean, that could certainly be the case, but it's not like I'm waiting for confirmation on the EMA anyway, you know? So I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to play with that. If anyone comes up with some solid answers and can run some back tests and figure out our new magic formula, new secret sauce over here, share the love. That's good. I love that you guys are thinking about that stuff and playing around. That's how you got to be as traders, always trying to improve the edge. Yes, thank you, Ninth Floor. We do have high impact news in 10 minutes here. Consumer sentiment, so it actually should be a pretty big one. Nine minutes till the news. You're only 1 year old, eh, Cricket? Hey, Fury. And the Nasdaq would be looking good for perhaps a short around here, but we have that news coming out, so cannot do that. All right, Archer. Best of luck to you. Vang, happy Friday. Happy trading to you today as well. Thank you, Fury. Thank you. I appreciate that. Gonna try to get into a regular rhythm of putting those out. Because that's honestly the thing that has helped me the most, is going back and studying charts. So want to share that with you. I think it's going to be a huge value add to your trading practice. If you can go back, review the charts, start seeing the edge with your own eyes, start understanding it, that is going to make a giant impact in your trading. Johnny, no, the news is right now 10 o'clock. Consumer sentiment. Still eyeing this channel here. Got a feeling the news is going to screw it all up, and we're, you know. But for now, we're going to take a look at it. So yeah, if you're not flat, now would be the time to get flat. So 3 minutes to the news again. Good time to be flat, unless maybe you're trying to get an eval passed in a day. I've certainly come around to that approach, just getting through it, and the news can be a good way to do that fast sometimes. Wait till you see the initial move. What I often do is see the initial move and I'll fade it just for a little bit, like a little scalp at a time. Because if it goes directly up, it's oftentimes pulls back really quick, things like that. So again, it would be a gamble, right? Definitely a gamble. But if it can get you across the finish line, I have personally found that approach to be good. And then once you get to the funded stage, super disciplined, turn all that stuff off and just build it up slowly. But I don't like wasting time anymore in evals, taking too much time with it. This is not financial advice, of course. Tinfa, as always. Just sharing where I personally have landed on that. Here we go, 30 seconds till consumer sentiment drops. We should have done a poll to predict which way I was gonna go. Oh well. Oh well. It's a bummer. That would have been a trade signal. The chat, because our chat's on fire. We got a trade signal every time. In fact, we'll sell our chat trade results as a trade signal for people. Let's do that, guys. All right, so here's the news. Consumer sentiment coming in 76.5. Was predicted 77.1. So a bit of a miss there. Inflation expectations, same. No big change there. 3%. Okay, coming down to the bottom of this channel here. And already the price action is starting to mellow out a bit after the news, so that's good. Doesn't look like it's distorted price action too much. So far, this channel is holding. This is kind of a tough channel to trade because if it were to bounce all the way to the top of this, it's not like you would really want to go short, right? If it got all the way up here, it would look visually like it's probably going to continue. You know, look, this is a very, very flat channel. And expecting a bit of a bounce on the Nasdaq. Every channel we have drawn has had a break a new low. I don't think there's any way. We'll play around. Maybe there's a way we can include this price action. Maybe like this. But again, that is a really flat channel. We're just gonna have to wait and see what's confirmed here. Nothing is jumping off of the charts and screaming, you gotta trade me, especially on a Friday. Friday is Capital Preservation Day. Friday is let's have a good weekend and not lose too much day. Bottom of that channel. Also a little overshoot yet again of even our wider channel. Jeez Louise. Sage says, recovered all my donations I made on Wednesday, shutting it down for the day. Have a great weekend. Yes. All right. Way to end the week. Good job. Maybe we have a tighter channel. I don't know. This is pretty ugly price action, guys. Oh, you know what? That fits pretty decently. Oh no, Fury. I hate that. Oh, I've done that so many times. Forget to turn on the trade copier. You get a really nice one. Like, oh yes, multiply it across all my accounts. This is going to be huge. And then nothing. You got like 300 bucks instead of 3,000. If you don't exit out of your trade copier, it will always be there. Yep. The problem, Johnny, that I have with that is that I always mix up my sizes, and I do some like ratio trading to micros and things like that. So I have to have several versions of the trade copier that I turn on or off depending on my sizing. So I can't just like leave one on. All right, big move up to the channel line here. Not expecting the short to continue. This is a pretty strong looking move up so far. So there was a small overshoot, and that is likely what's causing this here. Or not causing this, but rather that's how we could predict that that might happen. Got the same thing going on the NAS. Small little overshoot of this channel that we've drawn. We immediately went straight up to the channel line. If you're feeling froggy, there was your trade right there, short on that channel. Yeah, Johnny, you're probably right. Mac will likely mark that trade. See if it's already gone 4 points. Yeah, it's gone 1.5 points, so you could already scalp out on 4 contracts. I mean on 4 ticks. I will say that that is the beauty of that 4-tick model. You can get out on a lot of stuff that may not even work out ultimately. Like if you were just scalping for 4 ticks, you got a nice trade there, and the market might shoot up after here, and it doesn't really matter. What would be the risk on that? Let's see. Yeah, you're risking 3 points to make 1 point. That's the downside of it.
Yeah, let's go ahead and drop a comment.
Nice, Tom. Out before you get in trouble. That's the way to go. 4 points too. Sweet, sweet. Take your money and run. Go enjoy your weekend. Catch you next time. All right. Continued move higher. Look at this. What I'm seeing on the 10K here is move down, break new low, and now we're getting a bounce. And this could easily take off to the upside. We do have that gap above us. That could get filled. And this is the VWAP right around here. The S&PY is VWAP. It's like right here. So we'll see if we can confirm above that. Oh, you're looking far left on the Nasdaq. Gotcha. Gotcha, candlestick. It's been slightly too bearish for me to take a long off the EMA here. However, if we get a really nice second entry long, I think I'll take that, as that would be confirmation of this move up. So not looking to just buy the EMA, but if it is confirmed and it's holding and we get a nice green bar and a second entry long, I will likely jump in on that. And we've already technically had the first entry here. Right here, pull back first entry, getting that second pullback. Want to see us get back to the EMA, but this might be one of those we just get a tiny little break and a new high right away. Needs to be closer to the EMA than that for me. I don't like just to see the tail touching. Plus the Nasdaq looks like it has a breaking new high already of this move up. The wide version looks too wide. I'd favor this shortened channel. That's very tempting right there on that green bar. I'm not gonna lie. First entry, second entry. Off the EMA, but there's a big gap between the EMA and the candle. Johnny took it. All right. Looks like you're gonna do well on this, Johnny. Yeah, Cricket, good question. So if you get funded with Apex, you have two options. You can pay a monthly data fee or a lifetime data fee. So either you pay them whatever it is, I can't remember the exact amounts. Let's say you pay them $80 a month, or you pay a one-time fee of $140, let's say. So just how you want to do it. Essentially, the way I would think about it is, how long do you think you're going to have those funded accounts? You plan on growing them slowly over the long period of time, and you don't think you're going to blow them, I would go for the lifetime. That's what I do personally. But if you think that, yeah, these might get blown up, you know, maybe I'll get to a payout and then it'll end up failing, maybe go with the monthly. So that's what I would consider there. And some people, their strategy is to just kind of cycle through the funded accounts, like get a funded account, get it to payout, take the payout, and then likely fail the challenge, or likely fail the account after that, then get a new one and repeat, rinse and repeat. So that's some people's whole strategy. So if you're doing that, a monthly fee would make the most sense. Hey, what's going on, Toad? Yeah, if you're 15 minutes behind, no bueno, no bueno. 20 minutes in the future. This looks like it's gonna drop here. Sounds good, Cricket. Hey, best of luck on those funded accounts. Best of luck. May your payouts be plentiful. We're getting a rejection off of the VWAP on SPY. Boy, that green candle moved up in a hurry. I would have probably taken it if it would have ended here. Then I could have gotten a 1-to-1 risk to that high with having my stop below the candle. But right now, my stop would have to be like mid candle or something. And yeah, we're not doing that. Whoa, no way, Cricket. Are you serious? Trade Day had some people in the Discord trying to get you to pay them to trade. Wow. Those weren't official, like, employees, were they? Yeah, Fury. Got your second funded account. People getting funded left and right in the chat. I love it. And it would have worked just to buy the EMA here. Would have been a nice winner. All right, well, keeping in mind we had this nice bearish channel here. This uptrend is now played out with a break in a new high. Same on the Nasdaq. Uptrend is played out. It doesn't look very strong. If we can now get a push below the EMA and a nice channel forming, I like a pullback to sell and look for the new low. So that's what I'm hoping for. Obviously, we can get a larger uptrend or something that's forming and continue the movement higher. But I think this would be the easiest thing to trade. If we get a drop and then a pullback to the EMA looking for that ultimate new low. Maybe even a failed second entry long. Push down first entry. If we can push below the EMA and then get that a nice looking second entry, might take that as well. We are right around the VWAP, just barely above it on SPY. And on Nasdaq, we are barely below it on QQQ. Oops, I'm talking on mute here. Just talking to myself. Don't even worry about it, guys. Just saying what's up, Shayak. Starting to get above the VWAP on the Nasdaq. EMA continues to hold here. I'm still trying to eye perhaps a secondary channel. I think a wider channel is probably a bit too wide. Oh, Shayak, did you say good morning right at the open? Jeez Louise, apologize. I was obviously not awake yet. Has anyone seen cricket today? See what I did there, folks? I told you my only style of humor. Very dry, alright? I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. Sorry, not sorry, as they say. As the kids are saying these days. All right, well, this is a very, very pivotal area in the chart, everybody. We have been somewhat bearish since market open. Definitely bearish overnight. Huge gap above us, and we are just consolidating right at VWAP. VWAP is right around here somewhere. Market is undecided whether or not this is going to act as support or resistance. This is a level that many, many people are watching. Probably one of the most popular indicators out there. So yeah, highly contested area, and this will really determine the course of the day. If we can confirm above this or not. Big push up on the Nasdaq. Looking at possibilities for wider uptrends. If we have it drawn like this, we already have an overshoot. Looks pretty decent on the S&P. Possibly getting an overshoot here too, so trying to see if there's any adjustments we can make to this channel to where it all fits nice. If you just move it slightly, it does the trick. I don't know that we can do that on the Nasdaq though. Let's see. Yeah, on the Nasdaq, it just looks like an overshoot. This is the first break above the VWAP. We may come back down and give it a test before continuing higher. Just waiting here to see if we can get a pullback, and then we'll judge the strength of it. Maybe get in on a long. Dax, or Sax, Dax Prescott. I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I do think this looks pretty bullish. We've been able to consistently stay above the EMA. We have a big gap above us. So I do kind of like the bullish idea. But there's not a super clean channel to work off of is the only problem. And the secondary channel, don't know if I trust it fully. So I don't know. I think I could consider a buy down here if prices come back in a friendly manner, if you will. I don't want to see two big long bearish candles like that. At that point, I'm not going to consider that. But if we kind of chop around down to the channel line, I do think a long would make sense. So that's kind of where I'm at. Looks like we might just continue to push up without a setup offered. And I don't like taking the long as much if we reject off of this previous swing high. Yeah, kind of hard to find a really solid channel today. All right, we're popping above that channel. So this does have me thinking that maybe we are respecting this larger move here. So I think I'm going to have that on my chart, which would be good. Cricket, I don't mind answering your question. If you pay a lifetime fee on Apex, each time you get a funded account, you don't have to pay anything for the setup. Yeah. If you get a lifetime, if you pay the lifetime fee, that is it. That's all you're going to pay for that account forever. So yeah. That's the final thing you'd have to pay, and then you're good to go. Month after month, you can keep it. You don't have to trade it at all. You could leave it dormant for 3 months and you're not going to get charged anything. Vang is saying the goal is to get 10 to 20 funded accounts and to pay out, but what if we concentrate fire on one PA? Do the math on that. Yeah, the problem is you have limited drawdown, right? So if you just have one funded account, let's say you get a 50K, you have a drawdown of 2,500. It's going to be very hard to make really significant money on that if you just have that one account without being very aggressive and risky. So that's the benefit, I would say, of having multiple accounts, is spread out your risk. You don't have to risk as much. Let's say you're just shooting for $100 per trade, right? Times 20 account, all of a sudden that's $2,000. You're not risking your drawdown, just a little 100 increments, and you can make huge gains. Versus if you were to try to make $2,000 on one PA account, you would have to, I mean, your drawdown's 2,500, right? So you're nearly risking your entire drawdown on one trade. So huge advantage to having multiple accounts and spreading out your risk. Yeah, I would say it's very important to trade copy. I mean, you can eventually make quite a bit of money on one funded account. It's gonna take a long time if you're doing it in a safe way, unless you're just kind of going for it and being really risky. But I would say the safest way to make significant money using funded accounts is to have multiple of them and just trade copy. Nasdaq, we were getting a bit of a pullback here. I kind of like going long, so I am considering getting my long order ready. Right around yesterday's low of day. This price action has looked pretty good. I think we got a worthy risk here. Okay, long on the Nasdaq. Hopefully this has enough room to work out. Looking over at the S&P. Looks pretty good to me as well. We have quite a ways before that channel line though. All right, Anthony. Cross our fingers. Oh no, and Shayak sold. We're screwed now. We're getting a second entry long on the S&P, but not even close to the EMA. If this does end up being a winner, we might actually look to get up to that gap fill rather than taking profits here. Well, hey, Shayak, maybe we can both win, yeah? Maybe I can get out of this and then it can drop down for you. S&P is coming back to the channel line. See if it can hold. If this doesn't hold right here, we're toast. Nasdaq's only a couple ticks away from getting stopped. Likely done for there. Unless we can get that fourth quarter Hail Mary. Our stop on Nasdaq is right about the VWAP on the Qs. Nice, you covered your short. Excellent. Good trade, good trade. Well, maybe now it can continue higher. Crossing my fingers. ES struggling to get above the EMA there. Hopefully we don't have to do a VWAP test. And I'm definitely not going to be moving my stop. Yeah, I could see that. This is a, yeah, there we go. Stopped out. No worries. This was, I think that, you know, it was a decent idea, but should have paid attention more to this. We're right at yesterday's low of day. That's a point of contention. The wiser move would be to wait to really confirm above that, because that's a very much watched level. Ace is saying for ES, maybe there's a spike in a channel starting from the third lower swing. Yeah, I had a spike in a channel for a while. But then like it looks like an overshoot. Not really sure. I kind of like going with the larger channel there. This is a pretty good looking bear channel developing on the Nasdaq. And trying to take a gander here at the 10,000 tick chart on the Nasdaq. See if it looks like there's a downtrend that needs a retest. Yeah, this does look like we could get a retest of that low. And we are right at the VWAP on the Qs. A few points away from it on SPY. But if we get a nice VWAP bounce, I do like trading that. I'll be watching for that on the Qs first. And then if ES can get down there, we'll watch for that on there as well. Big push down on the S&P. I wish I could see the SPY's VWAP on this chart because that might be a good risk to reward to target like a VWAP test if your stop could go above the high a day, or that swing high rather. All right, we're gonna take a look at the 10K chart on the S&P. And this looks like it could go either way. This looks like it could be a narrow channel that's about to get reversed, or a wider channel that's about to get a new extreme. Caught between those two PCs, if you will. Okay, I might have a larger downtrend starting here. And this is right around the VWAP for the SPY. Okay, rejected at yesterday's low, and now we are testing VWAP critical area here. Definitely pay attention to this. If we rejected yesterday's low and then we can confirm below VWAP, we could have a more bearish outlook on the day. And certainly if we can confirm below VWAP, if this channel continues, we could get a really nice short on a pullback to the EMA and then even ride that down to the low of the day. So that's what I'm going to be looking on. I'm out of time for today. Nice to see you as well, Shayak. Yes, everyone, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Monday. Gonna be some big things. So get some rest, get some time off, and I will see you this coming week. Take care, everybody.